Today's video is a chatty work with me as I get ready for a live auction. If you're interested on my take on live auctions, stay tuned. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hi friends, it's Stephanie from Three Queens Resale, and if you are new to my channel, thank you for joining me. And if you are a reseller bestie, hey friends, I am talking about live auctions. Let me know in the comments what you think about them. Do you love them? Do you hate them? I'm going to dish the tea on live auctions. So if that sounds good to you, hit that like button and let's get into it. So this is going to be my version of a chatty work with me, because as I do this video, I am preparing for my Monday night live auction. So I have four areas that I kind of want to cover: live auctions in general, the silent auctions, um, my return to whatnot, and the role auctions are going to play overall in my reselling business. And so all of these topics are Stephanie's thoughts, ideas, and opinions. I have run well over, between whatnot and Poshmark, I haven't kept count, but well over 50 auctions. And so I feel like I got things to say. So let's get into it. So, live auctions in general. If you're not familiar, a live auction is when a person auctions off either on Whatnot, Poshmark, I think eBay has them now, their items live. Um, and kind of like a QVC HSN shopping network style. It's like show the item, set a timer on, set it, tell the show the item, tell the features, and put the timer on and set the minimum bid, and people go. So that is what a live auction is. And then theoretically, if all works out well, you should get market value for the item. So, has that been happening? No. So, live auctions. So, what is happening, because there are so many sellers like myself doing live auctions, there are very few people in the auctions. Like some of the people in the auctions who have large groups are influencers, so they bring a big audience with them, or people who are starting to generate that through what they sell. Maybe they have access to Johnny Was or Louis Vuitton or something, or their personality. So I am hoping to create um, an audience to my live auctions on my glowing personality. Duh. I don't have a huge social media following. I do have this channel. I'm working on getting monetized, so make sure you watch all the way through, hit the thumbs up and subscribe. But I don't have it's in progress. I'm like a new kid on the block when it comes to this social media. Um, I taught school for 23 years. I am super comfortable with being in front of the crowd. That doesn't camera, that doesn't bother me at all. Going live, talking live doesn't bother me at all. Um, but I am uh, bothered by the lack of attention that I get. I'm bothered by the fact that there are so many going on at once. Um, and so it's kind of hard. My very first few auctions, I did extremely well on them, $400, $500, $600 in a couple of hours. And that is what I was anticipating. I was super excited about Posh Shows, and I still am super excited, so don't get me wrong. But I um was into them because, yes, that's a good way to move inventory quickly and get a decent return on investment. It was going to be a switch in thinking, definitely going to move from volume to more of a volume based format. So, um, you know, that is one of the things with live auctions. But now that there are so many people going at the same time, the market is just divided. So there's not enough buyers in the different auctions to bid things up. So things are going for far less than market value. So my strategy for dealing with that is that I have put in some, I've used them for the auctions for clearance. I am going to switch that line of thinking as we move into the new year and focus on some higher end items and just starting them higher. But overall, I'm just like clearing out older inventory and taking what I can for it. You use the auctions however you want. Um, some things that I've had for years have gotten bid up, to 16, 17, $18, which I had sat on it for 13 years. I was just happy to see it go. So the fact of the matter is, I feel like live auctions are here to stay, and I feel like this is just a growing period. It is going to be a period of learning for everybody who wants to incorporate live auctions into their business. I like talking to people. I like the auctions, um, and I want to increase the sales. And I feel like the increase in sales, even in this tough market, will will happen if you continue to send out a quality product, get good reviews, source good things, and give people a fair price, and a good deal. You'll build a clientele. And so that's where am. I'm in the building mode, um, with live auctions, and I'm enjoying doing them. They are a lot of work, and so I'm trying to figure out how to streamline that process. And so I'm glad that you guys are here for me, watching me on the struggle bus. So my thoughts on silent auctions. I hate them. I feel like one night I was on, there were 83 auctions going on, and like 19 or 23 at one point were silent auctions. That is a third of the auctions going on. So that is a third probably of the customer base in those silent auctions. And as I quickly like scroll through their trays, I didn't see very many sold items. So I don't understand. I've seen one successful silent auction, and she was selling all new tags Johnny was. Other than that, I haven't seen anyone selling anything that they couldn't do live. Um, and as long as Poshmark lets people use the platform to do silent auctions, people are going to do it. Um, I understand there's extroverts who don't want to be on camera. To that, I say maybe this is not the format for you. Everything is not for everybody. There are some people who are rock stars on silent auctions. I just like to watch their auction. Like, I'm not going to buy anything, but I like to watch them because they're entertaining. Um, I wouldn't say I was like entertaining. I am like conversational, and I talk about the pieces. I talk about my girls, um, and engaging. I'm playing holiday music now, um, so I think that people are more likely to engage when they feel like they can ask questions. Like, you're going to respond verbally versus just typing in the chat. Um, so I don't understand the psychology behind the silent auctions, and I don't understand, are they profitable? My thing, because I did do a silent auction because I wanted to test it out. I did a silent auction when we were driving down to Bloomington. My husband was driving, so I was like, I'm going to do a silent auction. So I picked 50 things from my closet, and then I just like ran through them. And people did come in and out. Nobody bought anything, but people did come in and out. And there were some, good things. I called it mediums. It was all size mediums because I feel like I do well with size medium. And people came in and out. I typed comments in the chat, but no one bought anything. And I feel like I haven't bought anything from a silent auction. Like, I I rarely bid on silent auctions in person. So that drive is not there for me. But I think I have not seen them on Whatnot, so I don't know if they happen on Whatnot as well, if they've been banned. But I think that the whole point of silent auctions is to build community on the platform, and you're not doing that in a silent auction. So I personally think it should not be allowed. It takes up market share, it takes up bandwidth on the app, which can't be unlimited. Um, and I think they're a distraction. So that's my opinion. I think they suck. So, and I ask the customers when they come in, like, do they like silent auctions? And I haven't had a person that has said yes. Maybe that's why they're in my auction, is because they don't like silent auctions. I have only had one auction where I didn't sell anything. Have sold at least multiple items. I think the least I've sold in an auction, besides the one auction that I didn't sell anything in, that was a kids auction. Um, I've sold at least 4 items in an auction. My goal is to sell a third of what I have. So if I have 50 items listed, I'd like to sell 15, 16, 17 items, that kind of sell through rate in that 30% range. But I want to get to a point where there's 100% sell rate. I was keeping track of it. My average is around 45% sell through rate. So especially on my clearance auctions, I do really well where things start at $5. But it only works out well for me if they bundle the items. If people buy more than one, because then I create a bundle and it gets me out of that $2.95 shipping, because then they've put 4 items together and then I'm back up to the 20% shipping, or they've put 7 items together. So something to think about. But the silent auctions, not, I don't understand, and I don't think they should be allowed. That's just my opinion. Drop your comments down below. What do you think about silent auctions? The next topic I want to talk about is my return to Whatnot. So I have not been what I would call successful on Whatnot. My average, when I did all of my numbers and I took out my cost of goods and the cost of prices and things like that, my average return on investment was only $3.50. And that ain't cutting it. It's not worth my time, effort, and energy. So I want to kind of go back to it and approach Whatnot like I do Posh Shows, and do the same thing in Posh Show Whatnot that I do in Posh Shows. So, for example, in Posh Shows, there's no prizes, there's no raffles, there's no gifts. I don't do that in Posh Shows, so I'm going to approach it that way and Whatnot. I really do try to market the Posh Shows, and I wasn't always as consistent at doing that on Whatnot. So, I want to do that. And Poshmark, in the beginning, I worked really hard on getting following other people and getting followers when I first got on Poshmark as a seller. And then, of course, I learned that it sharing other people's stuff didn't help, but it did help to build a following, because now they're working on the fact that when the Posh Shows comes out of beta, when you go live, when someone when you have an item that someone likes in your auction, they're going to get notified. So they're going to want to come into your auction to get that item that they liked, to possibly bid on it. And so I think that the fact that I have built an audience on Poshmark, following on Poshmark over the past 5 years, is to my benefit and will eventually help me. Um, and I have not done that work on Whatnot, so I cannot expect the same results. So I really want to focus on doing Whatnot shows. So I'm not going to put a lot of effort into prepping for it like I did in the past. So what I'm going to do is I am going to run the items that don't sell on my Posh Shows. Um, I will list them over on Whatnot, and each day I'm going to do a Whatnot auction, and it's only going to last an hour. If people are buying stuff, I'll stay on longer, but I'm going to stay on for an hour. And then I'm also going to go to other people's Whatnot shows and follow people, participate in the chat, become part of the community. And if I see things that I need, like want, desire, support other Whatnot sellers and buy from them. I'm also going to start sending out my link, which is down below, and encouraging people to go on the Whatnot app and come to my shows and use that, sign up and use that link. Um, so I'm really gonna just try. It's my challenge in December for myself. So I'll be doing a video, a YouTube series on it. I'm really going to try to build a community over there. And so I decided to focus around like a little talk show. So it's going to be Tea with the Queen, Three Queens Resell, and I'm going to have different topics each day, some reseller related, some like black girl related, some woman related, some mom related, some, just like topics like that we can chat about in the chat and get people's perspectives and opinions and build a community online. So that is my thinking behind my return to Whatnot. I'm going to really put effort into it. So I'm going to jumpstart it by doing an auction every day for 31 days in December. And then we'll see. Of course, I'll taper off in January and February because I got other stuff to do. And then lastly, the role auctions will play in my business moving forward. So Three Queens Resell, like when I came up with wanting to be full time, live auctions were not part of the equation. And so moving forward, I want to still be a reseller that primarily lists things and people buy them outright. So we're going to get back to listing the 50 items a day, um, sourcing seasonal items to list in the closets on eBay, on Mercari. That is, I'm going to really shift to make that my main focus, our main focus. Um, and then auctions is a sidebar. So, how do I kind of perceive it? I'd like to see us spend 75% of our time on just listing, sourcing, and listing, and 25% of our time on the auctions. So streamlining the auction process, especially for Posh Shows, it's super easy. Just listing the items that because the photos and stuff are all there. So making sure everything is listed on Poshmark so that it can easily just be clicked on for the show. Um, and then pulling those things in inventory. The hard part is, or the annoying part is when they don't sell, having to put them back into inventory. So definitely really being seasonal, intentional in what we're picking to sell so that it can sell through. We can have a 50% or 100% sell through rate is the goal every auction, and just really kind of focusing on that. And again, building my community on Poshmark as well as on Whatnot, um, providing great customer service, continuing to bundle on the Posh Shows because that is an issue, um, and just giving people a good experience as well as finding the best things I can to list and sell people. So those are my ideas on auctions and how they play a part in my business. Let me know down below what you think. How do auctions play a part in your business? Are you over it? Are you tired? I'm like, because I'm all the things, but you gotta keep pivoting. If you don't adapt, you will die. So I'm just trying to adapt to this ever changing reseller market, and I'm here for it. I'm here for it, and I hope you are too. Hit that like button if you are still here, and make sure you subscribe. I'm going to link some playlists up below because Homegirl wants to get monetized. So thanks for your time, and I'll see you in the next one.